Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a bookshelf now, and today we're going to be organising it because she needs to be organised. You might not be able to tell, but it's not organised at all. So I thought we could do it together because I'm bored, and why not have an excuse to talk to myself? You could do weights with this book. We need something iconic. Why didn't I think of that before? Anyway, she's loved. Is this a romance book? I don't know if that counts. It's more of a horror book. More horror energy. What on earth? The bottom shelf is like pottery. An IKEA plant, obviously. Would it be a bookshelf without an IKEA plant? No. I don't know where to begin. This is quite a big project to undertake. I literally have no idea what I want this to look like, by the way. I just want to have series together. You know what I mean? Why is Percy Jackson here and here and here and down here? You know? I'm thinking we could sort it out into maybe fantasy and not fantasy, because I definitely have more fantasy than not fantasy. Maybe I should do that on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna tackle that. I have Narnia, Prince Caspian on in the background. Series of Unfortunate Events is fantasy, right? You know what's this? You're like, oh yeah, but the font will be big. The font will be big. Yeah. This is a normal height book. Yeah. It's actually humongous. How many pages is it? 739. So not quite as much as Order of the Phoenix, but this, you could do weights with this book. God. Oh, guys, Ben Barnes is so gorgeous. I'm unwell. I guess I'm gonna have to make a whole new shelf of dystopian. Oh wait, Shatter Me's dystopian. I always forget that. Well, that's silly of me. I've been putting Shatter Me in fantasy. It just, the way it's advertised, I feel like it's fantasy.
I've seen you.
Ew. I've seen you. This, you're like, Rebecca, that's not a book. Well, so T, it's a book stamp. Let me find a book that I know has one in it. I don't know if you can see that. But it says, this book belongs to Rebecca Pullman, and it has a gorgeous book with flowers. That's what I'm currently reading, by the way. Okay, so I've got all of these lovely piles. Fantasy, 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 fantasy. Not fantasy, not fantasy, not fantasy, dystopian. I feel like I've done pretty well. And now I just have to put them back in. Okay, this isn't actually that hard. What should I do on the bottom with Harry Potter? We need something iconic. Let's do romance / non-fantasy on the top. These books are not all going to go together, by the way. That's going to be more classic, so then Anthony can go next. Sorry, Anne of Green Gables! You can sue me for that. That was bad. And then Holly Jackson. I have to have my Lynn Painter shrine. I do own Betting on You, but my cousin wanted to read it, so it's in Australia. I know it's by Jacqueline Wilson, but it's literally one of the best books and one of my favourite books that I've ever read, so read it. Oh no. Okay, now why does it actually look worse than before? Yes, this so matches the vibe. This is a classic to me. It's so good. That's kind of mystery though. Let's put it up there then. I don't really feel the vibe of going into dystopian after that. Let's move these. And then all of that. And then we'll go into dystopian. Almost all of the series that I have here are going to be incomplete because my sister has one of them. The Maze Runner, she has the first one. I feel like that can go next, yeah. No, let's put that first. She has the first one, but she owns the first one, so. Where's Shadow Me? It's probably in there somewhere, okay. How loved are these books? Check out that creasing. That's coconuts. Okay, great. Now we're on to the exciting bit. Fantasy. Yes! That is my genre. I'm a fantasy girl to my core, in my soul. Let's do... Should we do Fourth Wing now? I just have so much fantasy, like what the hell do I do? That's the fat books. Okay! We can go Shadow and Bone here as well. Here she is! Guys, I'm an OG! This is the self-published version of Powerless. So, I don't want to hear you love Powerless. I don't want to hear you stan Lauren Roberts. I've been here since, like, before she published her book. So... just saying. I'm not, like, saying I'm better than you. I'm not. I'm not saying I'm better than you. We need to have her... she can go left, actually full centre, okay? Because she's my girl. I do have the new version as well, okay? Here she is. No. Look. Just a little self-published version and then a big girl version. Go Lauren. Maybe I could have that one like that. You know, just so everyone knows. No, I'm kidding. That goes with that book. Where are they? Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet. Why do I feel like I'm gonna run out of room for all this fantasy? Oh, and it fits perfectly. Fantastic. And there's enough room for my betting on you. Okay, Sophie. No, I'm kidding. I don't need it. I actually can't get over the size of this book. What on earth? This is the best book ever. I think it's my favourite book. Read it right now. She can go next to Powerless. You know what? Actually, this is the author of Powerless's favourite. No, it's not. Dance of Thieves is. Sorry. She did recommend this one time, probably like 3 years ago. Oh, these, if you're like 10 years old, which you probably won't be watching this video if you're 10 years old, or if you know someone that's 10 years old, buy these books. Oh, they're all upside down. That's great. A Pinch of Magic. They're so good. Oh, doesn't that just look so nostalgic? Guess what? There's a map, yeah. Oh, you know what I should have next to Harry Potter? Percy Jackson, duh. Lol. Why didn't I think of that before? Here we go. That's her favourite. She can go next to Powerless. That goes with the Hunger Games. These two, like, wildly different covers. I think it's really funny. I can't recommend this book enough. It's so good. If you didn't like the movie, it's because the book's better. Lauren Roberts also recommended this, so I'm going to put it near Powerless. Where is the rest of my Powerless books? Oh, I lent them to my friend. Gosh, my sister also left behind these other two books that she technically owns that are in the Shadow and Bone series, so I'm just going to go get those. Okay guys, I stole back a little bit more than I was expecting. Some of these are actually hers, but some of them are mine. So let's look at them. The Maze Runner #1. I forgot how fluorescent this was. Anyway, she's loved. Charlotte, if you're hungry, you could have just gotten a snack, you know. You don't have to eat the book. Oh. Is she still 20 pages in? You tell me, Charlotte, you tell me. Oh, what do I have to take out? Let's take you out. Oh god, I'm just gonna have to redo this whole shelf now. Because they both die at the end. Let's remove them. Oh, but they're mystery! Let's remove them. Why is this more stressful than I thought it would be? I was like, this is gonna be so easy. No, it's not. I mean, it's really not that difficult. Look at this. That's what I did, guys. She was like, Rebecca, can you annotate it? I was like, sure. Because, you know, she'd started annotating Good Girl Bad Blood. She got really far with annotating it. Let's put 5 Survive on the other side. Gorgeous. 7 Husbands, you can go up there, because that's non-fiction. Restore Me. 6 of Crows, obviously with Shadow and Bone. I guess I might have to move the selection then. That's fine. Can I fit the Inheritance Games there then? Put that first. What should I take out? That really should be going up there. Wait, let me just put some stuff on its side. Let's put Shadow Me on its side, because that's a big series. I like that. You know what? I might just put this in the spare room, because I don't need that in here. If you're thinking, well, Rebecca, that's a little bit of a big, awkward gap. Well, it's fine, because the book I'm currently reading, it's just going to slide right in there, and then it'll be perfect. So let's just pretend that's what's happening right now. Okay, guys, let's do a bookshelf tour. So, up the top, I mean, you already know what I've been doing, but let's just round it up. So, up top, let's move her out of the way. We've got classics, which I know The Book Thief isn't that. Actually, I don't know how old it is. I was about to say I know it's not that old. 2005. What? I thought it was at least like the 80s or something. Anyway, it feels like a classic. It feels like a classic. So that's why she's up there. So we've obviously got Pride and Prejudice with obviously the superior one on the cover. It makes the chapters look so short, which I really appreciate. I also know that The Secret History isn't that old, but like it gives the vibe of a classic and it's like old energy, so that's why she's up there. Obviously we have Little Women, duh, and then Wuthering Heights, and then I have my Anne of Green Gables series, which actually it's really annoying because the series, there are 8 books in the series and they only did them in this cover for 4 of them. And it wasn't even the first 4. It was 1, 2, 3, and then 5. I don't get it. But like, how gorgeous is that? It's so gorgeous that I don't even care that I can't read all of them in this. Because oh my god, it's just so pretty. Now we move into romance, okay? I definitely wouldn't say all of that is romance. There's some romance in it. Obviously have Better Than the Movies, which is the romance book. Baby Love, Jacqueline Wilson. I wouldn't call it a romance book, but it's just not fantasy, so that's why it's on that shelf. Is this a romance book? I don't know if that counts. It's more of a horror book. More horror energy. But like, I guess it's romance. And then obviously we have the little Emily Henry shrine. And then low-key, this could go down that end because it's a classic in my mind. It's probably like my childhood favorite book. Well, literally everything Jacqueline Wilson is. Especially like the Hetty Feather books, like Little Stars. Oh my god, amazing. And then we have the Inheritance Games, which, well, yeah, I guess it's romance. So yeah. Next shelf. That took a really long time, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Get over it.
Get over it.
This, I actually didn't read it physically. I read it on audiobook. And I read the other 2 on audiobook. I really enjoyed them. Couldn't tell you what it's about. Could not tell you what happens. I couldn't tell you if it's a romance, if it's a mystery, if it's an action, if it's a drama, if it's comedy, if it's whatever the other genres are. I just know it's not fantasy. Well, actually, maybe it is fantasy. I don't know. But I enjoyed it. And then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, aka the best book ever. I'm going to say that about all of these. This one is the best. It's so good. It's so good. I literally could not put it down. Actually, I couldn't put any of them down. 5 to Survive, also really good. The Reappearance of Rachel Price, I haven't actually read it yet. They both die at the end. Now we're getting into dystopian. This is dystopian now. Actually, that's not dystopian. Let's put her at the start, because that's not dystopian. I don't really think it goes with that vibe either. I don't know. Whatever. I really enjoyed it. Moving on. Maze Runner. I've only read the first 2 because it takes a little second to get into them. I don't know why. Seriously, once you get into it, it's literally unputdownable. But if you're not into it, it's so difficult to read. That's literally just every book though, from my experience of like, what, my 10 years of reading. So I feel like what the hell? There's like 10 pheasants just in the field behind my house. What on earth? Anyway, moving on. What did I get up to? Oh yeah, then we have my incomplete series of The Hunger Games. Shatter Me. I'm gonna give you a really unpopular opinion and say it's overrated. What? Yeah, it is. In my humble opinion. Everyone can have their own opinion, but I just think it's overrated. I really, really enjoyed Ignite Me, and I think I enjoyed Restore Me as well. But then, like, Imagine Me, why is it so long? Why is it so long? Basically, like, all of these books, literally nothing happens. Like, low-key nothing happens. I don't know, just something about this. I didn't enjoy Imagine Me. I just thought it was kind of boring. Moving on. We have Fourth Wing. Now, I haven't actually read Fourth Wing. I've read 70 pages of the first one, but then I was going on holiday to Australia. I'm not bringing that. Sorry. Absolutely not. School for Good and Evil. Incredible. Amazing. It's so good. It's so good. 5 stars immediately. Then we obviously have the gorgeous, the amazing, the perfect Shadow and Bone. I only know that it's perfect and amazing and gorgeous because my sisters read them all. I've read the first one. We read the first one kind of together. And then we have Defy the Night. This is my current read. This, literally the best book ever. It's so good. Every trope you could want. It's like forbidden love, enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, like, oh, it's so good. And there's also like a plot. It's so good. Powerless, again, amazing. It's so good. Read it right now. Dance of Thieves, I really enjoyed it while I was reading it. I loved it. I could not tell you what it's about though. I can't remember a single thing that happens. Next we have We Hunt the Flame. One of my friend's sisters was like giving away some books and I was like, Helena, you're giving me this book, okay, please, like, please. Because I saw Lauren Roberts recommend it one time, like she'd read it and she was like, guys, read it. So I am gonna read this. This, my aunt gave them to me, I think last time we were in Australia. I haven't read them because I mean, like, it's just a little bit intimidating. I'm sure it's really good and I'm sure I'll love it, but like, that's a lot. Now we have a series of unfortunate events. Me and Charlotte had literally loved this show for like 400 years. And then so I purchased the books. I read another book by her. It was called like 13 Keys or something, or like 13 Secrets. It was something to do with 13. It kind of gives Evelyn Hugo vibes, but like for kids, not kids, for like tweens. That's, if I say it's for kids, I usually mean for like an 11-year-old. Okay, now you may notice a bit of a trend that I own a lot of books that I haven't read. I know it's a problem, but what can I say? It's not just reading that's my hobby, but it's also buying books. So, get over it.
Get over it.
Get over it. Saying that, I haven't read Caraval. It's on my TBR, well actually all of these books, if I haven't read it, it's on my TBR, duh, that's like why I own it. I haven't read any of these books. It's so bad. It's so bad. But get over it.
Get over it.
I'd love to read them one day, and I will, but just chill out, okay? I'm getting there. Next we have Harry Potter. You know what I'm gonna say? This is the most amazing book series in the history of history. Like, read it right now if you haven't. If you're not a reader, go and watch the series if you haven't. It's the best thing in the whole universe. I love Harry Potter. I'll love Harry Potter till the day I die. Harry Potter is the best thing in the whole universe. Then we obviously have Percy Jackson. Can you tell which series I've read? I don't know why I did that. I really went heavy with the creasing. I used to be the kind of child that hated creasing my books, getting like a crack in the spine. I hated it. It was literally the worst thing I could imagine. I wanted my read books, a book that I've read, to look like this. Perfect and brand new. That was what I wanted my books to look like. But now I'm like, why would I not want my book to look like this and have water damage? Yes! Yes to water damage. Harmless water damage like this, because you're, you know, reading it on the beach and you have it on your stomach because you're lying down and it's like on your stomach and like you're wet bathers. Yes! I love it. I just think they look loved. We're almost there, guys, I promise. Then we obviously have The Cruel Prince. Me and Charlotte started reading The Cruel Prince together, and then she said that I couldn't read it without her, but I definitely am going to read it without her. Sorry, Charlotte, okay? Like, cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it.
Get over it.
And then we have this cheeky, you can't even see it. It's Alexandra Christo. And funny story, I actually started reading this, it's the third book in the series, okay? So I'm reading this book, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm so confused. I'm literally so lost. I have no idea what's going on. And that was because it was the third book in the series. So, yeah. That brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed me waffling about books. And I hope you enjoyed seeing how many books I've read that I don't actually own. Okay, what? That would make sense. How many books I haven't read that I own. How many of the books, I hope you enjoyed seeing how many of the books I own I haven't actually read. It is an embarrassing amount. It is an embarrassing amount, but you know what? Sue me. Okay? Get over it.
Get over it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had this many books. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to me just not shut up, and I'll see you in the next video really soon. Also, book recommendation. Let's do a book recommendation because I feel like we have to do that. Oh crap, now I'm not going to be able to think of one. Ah! Let's go with this. This is my book recommendation. Go read one of these if you haven't read it. I think these books would be incredible for everyone. So if you haven't read either of these, Just go read them. You'll love them. I want to reread them right now because I literally, like, love them so much. They're, like, 1,000,000-star books rating. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye!